If you're planning a trip to Athens but don't want it to be a disaster, you need to know 8 essential things before you go on your trip. If you ignore these 8 things, especially the last one, you might visit Athens at the wrong time of the year, get stuck in a tourist trap, or worse of all, you could get pickpocketed on your trip. But don't worry, by the end of this video, you're going to be prepared to have the best trip of your life. For starters, the best time to visit Athens. Athens is a year-round destination, but the best time to visit is during the spring, April to June, and fall, September to October. During these months, the weather is pleasantly warm, the skies are clear, and the tourist crowds are manageable. Summer can be scorching hot, with temperatures often soaring above 35 degrees Celsius, while winter is milder but can be rainy. So, for the perfect balance of great weather and fewer tourists, aim for spring or fall. If you are looking to enjoy the sea and swim during the shoulder season, always prefer September and October to April and May. The sea temperature is perfect after August, while in May it may be too cold yet. Now that we've covered when to visit, let's tackle the all-important question of itinerary planning. A common dilemma for travelers is deciding whether to visit Athens first or save it for the end of your Greek adventure. As long as you leave a night in Athens at the end, both options are great. The reason for that is that sometimes ferries and flights can get delayed or cancelled because of strong winds or strikes, making you lose your flight home. Next, let's talk about how many days you really need in this historic city. To truly experience Athens, I recommend spending at least 2 nights. This gives you enough time to visit the major attractions like the Acropolis Museum, and wander through the charming Plaka district. If you are interested in day trips, such as visiting Delphi, Meteora, or a day trip to the nearby island of Hydra, consider adding more days to your itinerary. 2 nights will cover the essentials, but 3 to 4 nights will let you explore at a more leisurely pace. If you are interested in a 2-day trip outside of Athens, a popular one is Delphi and Meteora. You can always leave your big suitcases in a luggage storage. There are plenty around the city center. On to a practical question that many travelers ask. Can you drink tap water in Athens? Yes, you can. Tap water in Athens is generally safe to drink. It's treated and monitored, so you don't have to rely solely on bottled water. However, some people might find the taste slightly different due to the chlorination process. If you are sensitive to that, feel free to opt for bottled water, which is readily available everywhere. Safety is a top concern for every traveler, so let's discuss that next. Athens is a relatively safe city, but like any major urban area, it's important to stay vigilant. Pickpocketing can be an issue, especially in crowded tourist spots and on public transportation. Keep your belongings secure, avoid carrying large amounts of cash, and be aware of your surroundings. Use a money belt or a crossbody bag with zippers to deter potential thieves. Overall, as long as you take standard precautions, you will likely have a trouble-free visit. Next, let's talk about what to wear and some practical footwear advice. Athens is a casual city, but when visiting archaeological sites, comfort and safety should be your priority. Wear lightweight, breathable clothing, and don't forget a hat and sunscreen. Most importantly, choose sturdy, comfortable shoes with good grip. Many ancient sites have uneven and slippery surfaces, so avoid sandals or flip-flops. Opt for sneakers or hiking shoes to ensure you can explore without any mishaps. Also note that if it rains, a lot of Athens becomes just as dangerous. When visiting churches in Greece, it's important to dress modestly out of respect for religious customs. Men should wear long pants and avoid sleeveless shirts. Women are advised to wear skirts, dresses, or pants that cover the knees, and tops that cover the shoulders. Getting around Athens efficiently is crucial for maximizing your trip. Let's look at transportation options. Athens has a well-connected public transportation system, including buses, trams, and the metro. The metro is especially convenient for reaching major attractions, the airport and Piraeus Port, the major port in Athens. Taxis are also plentiful and relatively affordable, but make sure to use reputable companies or apps like FreeNow and Uber to avoid scams. You should know that there is a flat rate between Athens Airport and the city center and between Athens Airport and Piraeus Port. You can see the flat rates on a board by the taxi stand at the Athens Airport. If you're using a taxi within the city, ensure the meter is running. Walking is another great way to explore central Athens, as many attractions are within walking distance of each other. Finally, I don't recommend renting a car in Athens. If you are planning a road trip to mainland Greece, then I suggest you rent a car from the airport and head straight to the national road. Finally, let's talk about some essential travel logistics. Greece uses the euro. ATMs are widely available, but it's a good idea to notify your bank of your travel plans to avoid any issues with your card. Credit cards are accepted in most places, but having some cash on hand is useful for smaller establishments or markets. When using an ATM to withdraw euros in Greece, always choose the option to be charged in the local currency, and always withdraw cash from the ATMs of Greece's major banks that are Alpha Bank, Eurobank, Piraeus Bank and Ethniki Bank. As for power plugs, Greece uses Type-C and F sockets with a standard voltage of 230 volt and frequency of 50 Hz. Make sure to bring a suitable adapter for your devices. And there you have it, 8 essential things to know before visiting Athens. With these tips, you are all set for an unforgettable trip to one of the world's most fascinating cities.